and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda dealers, Chris McGee, James Worthy, Robert Ory. We've got Allie Clifton in an Alabama Crimson Tide jersey. She will be joining us a little later, and we'll explain why. Mike Bresnahan and Mike Trudell will be working the post-game locker room. Listen, Lakers lose to the Wizards. They go 1-3 on this road trip. Few things. I want to see where you guys come out on this. Lakers got outplayed. They got outworked. 62 points in the paint from the Wizards. Also out-rebounded the Lakers by 9. Big game, James. The physical play, the fast-paced style of play, too much for the Lakers. They shot 53% from the field. But a big one, James, for me, these scoring droughts are brutal. We talked about at halftime. They had one in the second quarter. But in the third quarter, James and Rob, they're down 69-67 with 7 minutes and 52 seconds left. The Lakers don't score again until 2 minutes and 8 seconds, almost 6 full minutes. In that time, it's a 16-2 run for the Wizards. Ball game.
You can't win when you have those kind of droughts. And, you know, it's unfamiliar territory for the Lakers because they usually find a way to move the ball, especially with AD, inside, out. I didn't see the good execution, selling for the three a lot. You got to make sure that you can get to the free throw line. They didn't do well from the free throw line as well. So, yeah, it was very stagnant, no ball movement. It was if they just, passed it and waited for someone to go one-on-one. Not accustomed to what they usually do. They usually get a lot of back doors, triggered from the top of the key. They didn't look like themselves tonight out there at all.
So this is one of those games where you need a guy like Marc Gasol. When you have him in the game, people like eyes light up because they know they're going to cut back door and get layups. And when he's in the game, you have this opportunity to cut back door because if you watch the way the Wizards play, they press up defensively. So you have those opportunities to cut back door. But when you don't have Marc in there, you kind of settle for the threes. And when they settle for the threes, it gets contagious. And we talk about this over and over, how someone's determined to knock down a three to break that route. So I mean that stage in there. So it's so hard for me to watch these games when you look at how the Wizards played. They only shot, 18 threes? And the Lakers shot 34 threes.
34.
And that's where this is the new game, and this is the way it's done, but it can hurt you. And the Lakers don't have LeBron who can get to the hole and get easy buckets. And when they fall into this rut of shooting threes, it hurts them.
What about that physical style of play and the fast-paced style of play? Does that concern you at all?
It doesn't concern me because the Lakers have that type of team that can get up and down the court. I just look like on this team like this, you need to punish them on the inside because when you play up and down, you kind of playing into their hands. Slow it down because we all know Westbrook. We've been watching for over 10 years. That's his game, up and down. And we see what Bill has done. He was an all-star this year, averaging more points than anybody. That's an up and down game. So take that away from him. Take that strength away. But they play right into it.
Russell Westbrook, we showed his numbers right before the game started at the end of the pregame show. He is now 5 triple-doubles behind the Big O, Oscar Robertson. It's really impressive. He was 18 points, 18 rebounds, and 14 assists. James, you talked about his motor and that he's never taken a night off. It truly is incredible. Whether you love the way he plays or you can't stand the way he plays, give the man his credit. Another triple-double. He has 30 on the season, and he doesn't stop competing.
Gita, you said it right there. Never stops competing. I don't think there's a finer built athlete in the NBA than Russell Westbrook. I mean, this guy could go out and play for the Dallas Cowboys right now if he wanted to. He and LeBron share that similarities. But Westbrook, you just don't find that type of mentality in the NBA. Going hard every night, not selling for the three, rebounding, making assists, coming at you hard every play. And that's hard to compete with. That's why he's able to produce like he is, because it's hard to keep up with that kind of energy night in, night out, play after play after play. He's coming at you constantly.
It's pretty interesting what he said to the media the other night that went viral. We played it on our pregame show as well. Like, listen, I mean, there's nobody really that plays like me, but for some reason nobody cares about the triple-double anymore. Listen, if it was easy, wouldn't you all be doing it? Wouldn't everyone be doing it? Like, he's got a good point, Rob. You're just so used to it.
That's every great player when they do something, we like, That's not fair. Because we get so comfortable and we get so accustomed to doing this, and we expect him to do it all the time. What Westbrook is doing, what he's doing is fantastic. He's getting everybody involved. I know a lot of people are on him because his attitude. He has that bulldog attitude where he misses a shot, he's gonna make the next one, and he might go 1 for 15. But think about it, he's gonna play hard on the offensive end. He's gonna play hard on the defense. So you have to respect what he does. He, just like LeBron. Just like MJ, all these guys, they should have won MVPs, but you know what? That's just MJ. That's just LeBron. We expect that of them. And if they, but it's not fair to them.
You get bored of greatness sometimes.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair, but hey, you got to do something impressive. So
and listen,
quad double next
be more
time.
Producer, put Andrew Miller's graphic up there. I want to show you guys this one more time. We see LeBron James night in and night out flirt with the triple-double, and look where he is on the list. He's 5th all-time with, I believe it said 99 on there. 99. Yeah. Big Game James,
there it is.
You had a good one. It really counted. It was Game 7 of the NBA Finals. That triple-double you will always have. Rob, Russ has 176. How close were you to that one? You almost had one, right?
I almost had one, so I'm 176 behind Westbrook, and I don't think
he
I'm
would
going
love
to
one
catch
of your
him.
7 rings. But how close were you? What was your line again?
I had 40, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists. And I had a guy on our team named Al. He never played much, and I was determined to get that triple-double.
Yeah.
We was playing Milwaukee in Milwaukee. I remember like it was yesterday.
How many points you have?
I had 40.
Okay. Okay, so you were having yourself a big game.
Hey, I was having me a big game,
Big Game
man.
James game.
Yes. So, but it's hard to get triple-doubles, man. Because you got to
you still
depend on
let
pressure.
Al know how disappointed you are that he
all
didn't
the
hit the
time.
chippers?
Big Al owned a couple of dealerships now. I always tell him, you need to give me one of those cars, man.
Yeah.
Not give me
I mean,
a
that's what I
triple-double.
mean. You guys are all-time great players. They're hard to get, Big Game James.
Yes.
They're so hard to get, Geeter. I mean, to get double-digit rebounds and assists, I mean, you got to be a guard, obviously. You got to have the ball in your hand, but still, it's hard to do that. And, didn't score. I mean, the scoring is probably the easiest, but rebounding and assists, it's hard to get a double-double in those two categories.
Especially assists, because I got to depend on you to make a shot. And you think about it, I can drive and kick. If you have an off night, I'm not getting a triple-double.
Yeah.
So it's Westbrook is an amazing
Fortunately,
athlete.
Allie and I continue to give you assists and dish you the ball during shows that allow you to win Emmys. You're welcome. Andre Drummond, another double-double tonight. 17-11. No, he's not talking about you, Rally. 17 and 11. He's talking with Mike Trudell and the media.
The Clippers are flowing. The Suns are flowing. The Utah Jazz are flowing. The Denver Nuggets, despite the season-ending injury to Jamal Murray, have not disappeared. And I haven't even brought in teams like the Portland Trail Blazers into the mix. LeBron James is great. He is the king. He is the reigning, defending NBA champion. But him being gone, combined with AD being gone for those 30 games, the rust that both of them are dealing with right now cannot be ignored. You see the full screen right there. 28 and 13 when he was there. 8 and 12 since he's been gone. What is that? 12 points. 111 to 105 points. Shooting percentages down. Points per game down. In the paint. This is not good. LeBron James needs to get back quick, fast, and in a hurry. There's a title to defend, and he's got to be ready. Period. The wonderful Doris Burke will be on the call for the Lakers Wizards coming up night right here on ESPN. Doris, always welcome to the show. As the Lakers look to avoid falling into the play-in tournament down the stretch, how soon do they need LeBron James to return?
Yeah, count me amongst the people who are concerned at the lack of repetition competitively together, Stephen A. The defense clearly has held up. It's been an offensive struggle for the Lakers on a night-by-night basis. The one positive that you can take from this has been the play of Dennis Schroeder, who has been aggressive as a playmaker, and I think really improved that skill set. And so for the Lakers long-term, I think that's helpful. But I don't think it's just a matter, I know coaches say all the time, I'd rather be rested and ready and healthy. But to me, you've got to get some repetition. I'm hearing Friday. I'm hearing Sunday. I'm guessing more likely Sunday. We'll see.
I completely agree with you, Doris. I need to transition to the Washington Wizards for a second here, because even though when the category of clutch, it's the last 5 minutes of the game, you're within 5 points. This next individual I'm about to bring up shooting 42% from the field, 20% from three-point range in clutch time. But he is still a prolific scorer and having a sensational year. Bradley Beal is coming off a 45-point performance in the loss to the Spurs Spurs Monday, and he currently has a slight edge over Steph Curry in a race for the scoring title. What has impressed you most about Beal this season?
You know, I'm going to just go a little bit broader and say what's impressed me most about this young man is think about when he comes in from Florida. He's a catch and shoot, sweet shooting 3-point, 17-foot jump shooter. Stephen A., this guy has become a remarkably dangerous threat from everywhere on the floor. You can put him as a lead ball handler in pick and roll. He can get downhill. He can make the guys around him better. I'm going broad-based, impressed by his growth.